What's the name of this town? Orleans or something. Even though we're still technically in Ontario, we'll get into very French territory with a lot more signs in French, and some of them exclusively in French now, which is interesting. We haven't seen that yet. But this place, though, just east of Ottawa, we spent the night last night at the Walmart. Man, we've been just doing so much driving.
Too much.
Non-stop. We've gone so much farther than it would have taken to go to Alaska.
Or Argentina.
Or for sure Argentina. By the time we got to Canada and on the west coast, we could have been down in Argentina. But of course the roads are much better driving to the US and Canada. So that doesn't really quite count. But we're seeing some slowdowns coming up though, because tonight, hopefully, we're going to get to our friend Peter and Michelle's place in Montreal. They have a place for us to stay, and we're going to stay for at least 2 nights, maybe more, before we leave Montreal and make our way towards Bay of Fundy National Park, which from there is only 600 miles. Mucho Burrito, fresh Mexican grill. I wonder if that's like a Chipotle. Man, how I want a Chipotle right now. Oh, there's the Taco Bell. We didn't eat there. Can you believe it? We're next to a Taco Bell and I didn't eat there.
Try to get us to walk. It's kind of far to walk.
And you have to cross 2 streets. But, bye Taco Bell. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of places that we just skipped right past again. Ottawa's a big city. Ottawa's like over 800,000 people. So last night we drove through pretty late. I wanted to make sure that we get to the other side of Ottawa. So today during the day we're not having to drive through it with traffic and all that. Still a little bit of traffic right now, but it's not so bad. We're going to try to make it to the edge of Ontario just before we cross into Quebec, which is where Montreal is. Montreal is just on the other side of Ontario border, and we'll be in Montreal tonight. Our friends Peter and Michelle will get there. They're in Quebec City on their way home to Montreal. We'll get there, try to coincide with when they get home, which is, they say it's about mid-afternoon. So right now we're only going to drive about 50 miles and get to a place called Hawkesbury or something like that. A little town by the river. Gonna hit up the public library. We're parked down there. This is the town of Hawkesbury, Ontario, but it is quickly becoming very French-Canadian. La Bibliothèque. You said they didn't speak any English? Or did they say anything to you at all when you asked for the Wi-Fi?
Bonjour. And then they said something I don't understand what they said.
Yeah? And did they say anything to you that you understood?
Well, it's the standard conversation.
That's it. You're like, Wi-Fi? It's Ontario. I know it's right next to Quebec, but we're still in Ontario.
Most of the books are French.
I know. Most of the books are in French.
Hard time finding English books.
Yeah. I mean, if it's going to be like mostly French from now on,
Yeah, library's going to be hard.
library is going to be a little harder. I'm sure a lot of them do speak English.
Yeah.
If you insisted. You want Thai food? Fast food Thai food. Never had it before. You've had Thai food before, and I think you like it. Or you can just get like curry with chicken and rice. They have noodles. I fry noodles or noodle soup? You have Thai noodle soup. Number 2 is Thai noodle soup.
Good but hot.
It's hot? Doesn't look very exciting, but see if it tastes good. Does it taste good? Mm-hmm. That's good. See the butt of the mouse here. So we're making the last few miles into Montreal. We're probably about 20 minutes away from our friend's house, downtown Montreal. Come a long way, but obviously this is not the end of our journey. We are going to go beyond and all the way to the furthest we can go in the east, and possibly going as far as we can go north. I'm not exactly sure if there are roads that take you further, but we're definitely going to go as far as we can go north along the coast of Labrador, Newfoundland anyways. So, but right now though, we're officially in Quebec. Nothing is in English anymore. Time to bust out that Google Translate. It's going to be cool. We heard a lot of cool things about the city, and just from what I can tell so far, the setting it's really beautiful. There's a lot of rivers around it. It's got a very like Manhattan feel to it. Bridges going across rivers to come in, and we'll have a few days to hang out and stay.
It'd be nice to have a tour guide. We don't have to figure it out ourselves.
Nice to have somebody who knows, and also nice to be able to stay in the city, which I think is where their place is, downtown Montreal. We'll just be able to walk to places. There's Michelle. Hi!
Everything's in fucking French!
Where do we go?
You to speak French? You're gonna turn. My house is the one on this corner here.
Okay.
So you're gonna take a right, first right, and go into the parking lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how about you?
Good. Cool.
Boys and chairs.
Yeah.
No fighting, guys. No fighting.
So, I mean, they can't sell liquor, but they can give it away for free. Is that how it works?
Good point. Slushy.
Well, that's why I said bud.
Yeah, right? What's good? I need like a half a liter of this for myself.
On my birthday, my friend's like, "This is disgusting."
Really?
It is. Look at it.
Yeah, but
Same thing?
The same flavor.
Not the same.
Have you ever had a tomato basil sorbet? That's a weird sorbet.
Huh.